Marie-France here, and I am today with Bob Henfield, and we're at their place here. This is the Sugar Shack where we make maple syrup. And so, Bob, so this belonged to your father before?
Yes, it belongs to. It's been in the family for 50 years this year.
Wow! Can you please tell us a little bit about the history of this place here?
Sure. The Sugar Shack was built. The old park was built about since 1850.
Yeah.
And the family's owned it for 50 years this year.
Oh,
so
wow.
when we harvest the, as you can see outside, we harvest our maple water. And then we boil the water right behind you in the big boiler,
Yeah.
and we produce our products that are right behind us. So, and of course, during the spring, we celebrate the coming of spring and
Yes.
the first warm days. So it's a tradition in Quebec whereby we like to celebrate the coming of spring and the sugar as well.
Yeah.
So,
It's a very beautiful place. It's quite packed, lots of people. So during the season, you have many people coming here. How many people can you sit
here
in this
we
place?
can sit a maximum of 350 people.
350.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye. And we have served over 23,000 people last year in 6 weeks.
In
So
6 weeks?
In 6 weeks.
So you're open only 6 weeks of the year, huh?
For the
Sugar
for
Shack.
the sugaring off season, it's 2 months, March and April.
Wow.
And then we do have theme parties throughout the year after.
Oh, wow.
So it's very popular and but a very short season.
Yes, it is.
Avec des brise étranges et des pleurs. Combien j'ai passé de nuits sans lune à chercher la taverne de mon cœur. C'était le grand des fleurs. On ignorait la peur dans de l'air avec
Well, thank you very much. We enjoyed our time here today, and we will be back.
Don't forget the toffee on the snow.
Absolutely, we're going there now. Today, I'm not cooking, but I want to share with you something very special. But first of all, let me introduce my special guest, Mr. Maple Tree, right here next to me. And we're going to share with you about how we make our maple syrup here in Quebec, in Canada. So, of course, we need my friend here. And so when the maple season, or sugar season we call it, it's March and April. That's it. No other time of the year. It lasts about 6 weeks, and it varies a little bit the time. Because what it is that we collect the sap from this tree in this bucket here. And what happened is that when it still froze at night and the day is a little bit above zero, that sap comes and drip here in that bucket. And you can see there's a little, call it a chalumeau, I don't know how to translate this, but that it's put into the tree. And right now it's dripping, I saw it. And it comes one little drop every minute or so. I just saw one drop coming out now. So that's how many trees do you need to make maple syrup? Let me tell you what it takes to make maple syrup. So here we collect that sap from the tree. And in this bucket, it's just like water. It's the same feeling and same texture as water, and it's barely sweet. It's pretty much like water. We used to grab that pot and just drink out of it before. So they need to collect that water from the maple tree. And to make 1 liter of maple syrup, we need 40 liters of this water that's dripping 1 drop every minute. So it takes a lot of maple water to make maple syrup. So 40 liters for 1 liter of syrup. So they collect all this. In the old days, they used to collect it with the horse and a big barrel and go around and collect all of this and bring it inside in the sugar shack and boil it in those tubs, and it boils for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours until it diminishes to 1 liter makes the maple syrup. We are at the sugar shack today, so I'm going to just share with you just a little bit what's the procedure here and what's happening. Here, what we're doing here in this part is we're making the toffee that's going to go on the snow, which we'll show you after. And what's happening is that we have the maple syrup that's already made, and then it goes into this tub here and it boils to how many degrees, sorry? À combien de degrés? 233 Fahrenheit. And it has to be very, very precise, because to get the beautiful toffee, it has to be the exact temperature. So here the maple syrup is boiling, and then it's gonna turn into toffee that we're gonna eat on the snow a little bit later. And in that other tub, it's already ready, and we're just keeping it warm and ready to eat later. So what's happening here is, you know, this man is pouring the hot toffee. So that comes from the maple syrup first, and then they put it back to boil, and then they boil it to a certain exact degree to make the toffee. And here we can enjoy it on the snow, so it's poured hot and then on the snow, and then you can roll it with your little stick and enjoy a nice toffee. It's beautiful. So here today we've experienced a nice lunch here. We eat baked beans and ham and sausages, and of course all of the things that you can add maple syrup to, crepes and sugar pie, and it was delicious. So this is the Henfield Sugar Shack here. It's a 50-year-old property that was around, for many generations, and it's still very much alive and very pleasant to come here. So there you are. You know how to make maple syrup now?